Hi, everyone. So I want to discuss something which has shaken up the legal tech industry for the past 2 days. And it's this research paper, which is going to be released by a Stanford research team. And they wanted to reveal the hallucination rates of well-established AI legal research tools that are offered by LexisNexis, Thomson Reuters, and CaseText, the one that created CoCounsel. And what they revealed through their testing was that these tools hallucinate between 17 to 33% of the time. And so these aren't like new companies that are, trying to establish themselves in the market. These are well-established companies that have pretty high hallucination rates. And I think what the researchers were trying to do is to create a form of transparency to the legal industry and say, hey, if you're using a tool, you should know how accurate it is. If we expect the same thing from the finance industry, I think it's not too much to ask from the legal industry. And so these companies are flaunting and touting their legal tools as essentially being hallucination free. This is a snippet of the statements that are released by LexisNexis, CaseText, and Thomson Reuters. And basically, they're just saying that our tools don't hallucinate. Our tools are pretty much close to zero when it comes to fabricating information, creating information that doesn't exist. And you could argue and say hallucination is the definition is subject to interpretation. LexisNexis may say when we say hallucinations, we say that all of our cases you can click a link to the citation, and that's what we refer to as hallucinations and stuff like that. I think that was their response. And so obviously it goes without saying that as an attorney and legal professional, you must always supervise and verify all AI output. But these stats are really important for the legal professional, knowing how well these tools are actually acting. And I think it also raises the argument if everyone benchmarks these legal tools, it's not enough to just show people how they work. Having a figure to know that this is the best in the industry, this one has the least amount of hallucinations, this is the most accurate, gives a better picture of which is the best tool out there. The most we can do is, obviously offer demos and show people, but you on a day-to-day basis will see hallucinations that I can't really measure with a naked eye. And that's where these tests, these benchmarks would be helpful. If we could have, some charts and numbers that I could create, some charts where I could use the numbers from these benchmarks and say, hey, this tool has the least amount of errors. This tool works better in this area, but lacks in this area, and have actual figures that would be helpful to lawyers. And this research has been criticized. One of the researchers did post a LinkedIn post basically saying that when they tested Thomson Reuters' Ask Practical Law AI tool, it did badly. It hallucinated twice as much as the other tools. And they show this in the legal research paper, that it hallucinated twice as much as the other tools. And so their argument was that these researchers tested a tool which was not meant for legal research only. And they should have tested WestLaw's precision tool. But the researchers did reach out to Thomson Reuters, and they were either rejected or just ignored. And only a few days before the research was released, did the company then say, okay, here's access. And there's still time. I mean, they could do this research again and test WestLaw Precision's tool and see how that performs. LexisNexis's tool that was tested is Lexis Plus AI, which is their dedicated AI legal research tool, and it did quite well. It only had a 17% hallucination. I say only, but if you tout it as close to zero and you say hallucination free, I think that's more of a more of a negligent marketing or misleading information. And so it did 17% hallucination. This is Practice Law's tool, which we said, Practical Law AI, the tool offered by WestLaw, which we said, they said is not the tool that they should have tested. And as you can see, Lexis did a bit better, than ChatGPT, did better than GPT-4, did better than Practical Law AI. And so you can see it is done quite well, not as well as they paint it out to be, but it's done quite well enough. And they actually claim that in their testing, it did way better than 17%. They just won't tell us the numbers, which is quite interesting. But they claim that they're constantly benchmarking, testing, and improving their product. So what the Stanford team found is not as accurate, though they refuse to show that to the public. And so, it brings a bigger question on transparency in the legal tech environment. And questions are being asked as to how accurate a lot of these companies actually are. I'm sure, maybe I'm wrong, that when they raise money, they show this data to fund managers and things like that. I'm not sure. So let me know what you guys think. It would be nice to have an independent body that basically tests these tools and allows us to have exact numbers on, which company is doing better than which one, in terms of eliminating hallucinations, which we all know are a big factor and hindrance to mass law tech adoption in law firms. So let me know what you guys think. And I have linked the complete article, and within that article, you can get the study. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks.